Long ago, in a time before humanity fully understood the forces that shape the universe, a war between celestial beings raged. The Archangels, messengers of God's will, were sent to put an end to the corruption brought upon the earth by the Watchers, angels who defied divine order by descending to earth and teaching humanity forbidden knowledge. Their union with mortal women gave rise to the Nephilim, mighty beings whose power threatened the very balance between heaven and earth. It was up to the Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel to bring the Watchers to justice, in a battle that would echo through the ages. As the Watchers' influence over humanity grew, so did their defiance against the will of heaven. These once glorious beings, now corrupt and power-hungry, had taught mankind forbidden arts, secrets of the stars, weapons of war, and dark magics. Their descendants, the Nephilim, wreaked havoc upon the earth, spreading chaos and violence. The world became a battleground, with humanity caught in the wake of destruction. But the corruption was not confined to the earth alone. The celestial order, once pristine, was threatened. The Creator saw the devastation and knew that only the intervention of the Archangels could restore balance. Michael the warrior, Gabriel the herald, Raphael the healer, and Uriel the wise were chosen to confront the Watchers. Their mission: to stop the defiance and imprison the fallen angels for eternity. However, the Watchers were no ordinary enemies. Once mighty beings, they commanded legions of Nephilim and possessed knowledge that could rival the heavens themselves. The Archangels knew their task would be perilous, but they were unwavering, for they carried the divine authority to execute God's judgment. With divine command, the Archangels descended from the heavens, their presence radiant and unyielding. Each angel had a unique purpose in this celestial mission. Michael, the leader and warrior, wielded the sword of divine fire, ready to strike down those who defied the Creator. Gabriel, the divine messenger, carried the trumpet that could summon the very forces of the heavens to bring judgment. Raphael, the healer and protector, bore the power to shield and heal, offering solace to those who still walk the righteous path. Uriel, the sage, saw beyond the veil of time, understanding the tactics and weaknesses of the fallen angels. Together they set out to face the Watchers, now corrupted by their own hubris. The battle would not only determine the fate of the fallen angels, but the very future of humanity. Their task was clear: bring the Watchers to justice and imprison them, restoring the balance that had been lost. The Archangels knew the magnitude of the challenge before them. The Watchers, though fallen, still held great power, their minds filled with forbidden knowledge. But the Archangels were resolute, armed with the authority and might of the Creator. It was their divine mission to ensure that heaven's will would be done, no matter the cost. The sky darkened as the Archangels faced the Watchers and their Nephilim army. The earth trembled beneath their feet, the clash of celestial and earthly powers echoing through the realms. The Watchers, with their enormous stature and forbidden knowledge, stood defiant, their eyes filled with rage and contempt for the divine order. Michael led the charge, his sword blazing with divine fire. The sight of him was enough to send shockwaves through the battlefield. With each strike, his sword cleaved through the ranks of the Nephilim, sending them tumbling to the ground in a blaze of light. The Watchers, knowing Michael's strength and determination, fell back, but they were not easily defeated. They unleashed their dark powers, manipulating the very elements, causing storms to rage and the earth to quake. Gabriel, standing tall and resolute, raised his trumpet to the heavens. The sound of his blast filled the air, shaking the very core of the world. The heavens grew dark, and the Nephilim faltered, their strength sapped by the divine force that Gabriel summoned. His trumpet echoed across the battlefield, causing confusion and disarray among the fallen. The Watchers, stunned by the power of Gabriel's call, struggled to maintain their unity. Raphael, ever the protector, moved through the chaos, his presence a beacon of divine light. With a wave of his hand, he conjured protective shields that enveloped Noah and his family, ensuring their safety. He then turned his attention to the fallen angels, using his healing powers to counter their dark magic. Where his power touched, the Nephilim faltered, their wounds healing as Raphael's celestial energy purified their corrupted forms. Yet his efforts were not in vain, for his true mission was to bind the Watchers, not heal them. Meanwhile, Uriel stood at the rear, watching the battle unfold. His eyes pierced through the veil of time, foreseeing every move the Watchers would make. With his wisdom, he guided the Archangels, advising them on when to strike and where to focus their efforts. His presence was a constant, a guiding light in the midst of the battle's chaos. His piercing gaze locked onto the leaders of the Watchers, and with a single motion, he struck. Lightning surged from his hands, striking down the Watchers' commanders and sowing confusion within their ranks. As the battle raged on, the Watchers' once imposing forces began to crumble. The might of the Archangels, united in purpose, overwhelmed their enemies. With each strike, the power of heaven's judgment was felt more deeply, until the Watchers were no more than shadows of their former selves. Finally, with a divine cry, Michael raised his sword high, and the remaining Watchers fell before the Archangel's might. The once proud beings were cast down, their rebellion ended. The battlefield fell silent, the cries of the fallen echoing into the void. The Archangels had triumphed, their divine mission fulfilled. The Archangels, with their divine might, struck swiftly and decisively. Michael's fiery sword cleaved through the ranks of the Watchers, each strike a symbol of God's wrath. Their once formidable strength crumbled before his unyielding resolve. Gabriel's trumpet sounded again, its blast disorienting the fallen angels. The Watchers faltered, their pride shattered by the divine resonance, their energy waning with each passing note. Raphael, ever the healer, used his celestial powers to bind the Watchers' strength. With a simple touch, their dark abilities were stripped away and their forces began to unravel. Uriel, with his divine foresight, targeted the Watchers' leaders. His piercing gaze summoned a storm of light, annihilating their command. Without their leaders, the Watchers lost their cohesion, their once mighty power fading into nothingness. Defeated and broken, the Watchers were bound and cast down. Their rebellion had ended, and their punishment began, spirits imprisoned deep within the earth, awaiting divine judgment. The Archangels had restored balance, and the battle was won. With the Watchers defeated and imprisoned, peace was restored, though at a great cost. The skies, once clouded with the dark presence of the fallen, cleared. The earth, now free from their corruption, began to heal. The Archangels, having fulfilled their divine mission, looked upon the battlefield with heavy hearts. Though victorious, they mourned the loss of those who had once been part of creation, but chose the path of defiance. Noah and his family, shielded by the Archangels throughout the battle, were left to rebuild the world, carrying with them the lessons of righteousness and the wrath of divine justice. The tale of the Archangels' victory over the Watchers would echo throughout history as a reminder of the consequences of rebellion and the power of divine law. As the Archangels returned to the heavens, their mission complete, the earth stood as a testament to their strength, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to restoring balance between the celestial and mortal realms.